This is my life in 3 minutes. Hi there, my name is Reinhard and I'm a musician and aspiring music producer from South Africa. For as long as I can remember, music has been part of my life. I grew up in a home filled with music, my dad playing the guitar, my siblings and later on myself as well. The church became a big part of that story as my dad was a pastor and we were always involved. From a young age I was drawn to worship music. I picked up the guitar, then drums, and I just knew this is what I wanted to do. After school I went on to study music and pretty quickly that turned into teaching and touring. I spent 7 years traveling South Africa, teaching students and training up worship teams. I also had the privilege of touring countries like Madagascar and Namibia, where I also focused on teaching and outreach. This is where I saw that Africa has some of the best and most creative musicians in the world. But in the middle of all of that, I experienced burnout. It was like hitting a wall. I was doing too much and slowly losing the joy for what I was doing. So I stepped away for a season. I took a sabbatical for a year to rest, to reset, and to be restored. And that season changed me. Even though I worked hard physically, my soul and my mind rested, and I was able to gain new vision for the future. This is where I learned the important principle of always starting something new from a place of rest. After that, I stepped into full-time ministry as a worship leader at a church in Johannesburg. For 3.5 years, I was leading teams, training musicians, leading worship and helping shape the sound of a community. It was a season that grounded me again in why I do this. This is also where I met my wife. I've been married for about 2 years now, and just 7 months ago I stepped out of full-time ministry and my wife and I moved to China. We said goodbye to our family, our friends, the church. I packed up my workshop and it feels like we started a new life. So this season still feels very new, and honestly, everything looks different. The spaces I used to lead in, the way I used to do music, it's all changed. But I'm excited about the future and where God is leading me. I've always loved a wide range of music, different genres, different sounds, and I'm still exploring where I fit in that. Right now, I find myself leaning towards a more folk and acoustic sound. But at the core of it, my music is grounded in my faith. I still write worship music because that's a big part of my heart. But I also want to write songs that can reach more people, hoping that somewhere in it, it will plant a seed. So if my story interests you, I want to invite you to follow me along this journey of discovery.